Now it's time for the last word with Lawrence O'Donnell. Good evening, Lawrence.
Good evening, Rachel. And on the Matt Gaetz thing, the Times was reporting that he was asking for it privately for himself and other members of Congress, suggesting that he wanted to see a large group pardon in which his wouldn't particularly stand out. And the idea would be that, well, those awful Democrats will just want to prosecute us for being good Republicans. So we need this kind of protection.
Right. And then as if that would stand up, though, like if ultimately something like that happened, like Republicans get charged with like corruption or abuse of office or even like incitement to riot or sedition or something, Matt Gaetz still would be charged with child sex trafficking, which would still stand out even among lots of other people being, you know, charged with things that he thought were just Democratic score settling. I mean, I don't find it at all surprising that he told Donald Trump to give him a blanket preemptive pardon. I do find it sort of surprising that Trump didn't do it. But if he knew that he was under investigation for these particular charges while he asked for it, that is really something.
Well, that's the part that we're not sure of at this point. Who knew? We know that William Barr knew. We know that the Justice Department knew last year. And so that means William Barr knew. Did William Barr tell the president? Did anyone in the White House know? The Times reports that Matt Gaetz certainly didn't tell anyone in the White House that, oh, by the way, I believe I'm under investigation for sex trafficking.
But his associates were being questioned about his behavior, including with underage girls, at the time that he asked for it. And so if those associates told Matt that they had been approached and talked to by investigators, then this whole thing, I'm going to go take a shower. And
Rachel, as we're going to show later in this hour, and you don't have to watch it, you've dealt with this enough already tonight. Matt Gaetz he was doing that Trump thing, which is if you do it in public, it can't be a crime, right? Matt Gaetz was saying on Fox, President Trump should pardon everyone. And he was just saying, you know, and he should pardon himself. Donald Trump should pardon himself, he was saying. And oh, by the way, he was saying this on November 24th, which is odd because it's the kind of thing you say when you know the Trump presidency is all over. And at the same time, yes, Fox was covering the ongoing Trump reelection campaign, which was supposed to change the outcome of the Electoral College and all sorts of other things.
And he was the loudest person of them all, trumpeting that Trump was definitely going to have a second term and he'd definitely been reelected and definitely these purported election results were rigged. And so it was weird at the time that he was also like, and I need a pardon right now. Because if you think your man is going to get a second term, then there's no rush, especially if you haven't done anything wrong. So there was something wrong and self-defeating about the timing of it then. And now maybe we know.
Well, Matt Gaetz in a statement promised us yesterday there would be more leaks coming, and he was right, and I'm sure he's right that there will be more after this.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.